on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is finally time to start getting these gardens created. I am creating a whole new section of gardens, and I'm going to be using the scrap lumber that I got from some friends. So we're going to be going outside and putting those together. I will be explaining more when we get out there on how I'm going to be putting these together, how high they're going to be, how wide they're going to be, and the specific layout. And we'll get to more of that later. So let's go. All right, I have already put together one of the gardens just to see if I could do it, see if it worked, see if everything came together nicely, and it did. So we are going to continue with the rest of the gardens. And I'm going to show you what we're working with right now. Okay, so this is one of the 8x8 gardens. I believe that is 8 inches. I think I'm going to be adding at least another little bit up there on each of these gardens, but we're going to get all of the bottoms of the gardens ready first. They're all different sizes. These two are 8x4. This one is 7 by 3.5. This one is 7 by 2.5. I think this one is 5.5 by 2 or 2.5. This one over here is 9 by 3.5. I'm also going to be putting square gardens in here and filling this whole area up back here. I don't know where I'm going to be having my strawberry patch, but it'll be in this area or in one of these areas. If I need to extend the gardens, I'm going to put more tarp out there. I am waiting for more landscape pins to come in, so we've got a lot of work to do. Things that we're working with today, I'm just going to be using a drill to drill in all of these gardens. It went pretty nicely, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, some of these that are sticking out, I'll be taking some of those out later. I am going to be adding a little bit of a second layer to this. So, some of these are really stuck in here, so I don't really know what to do. I don't know where the entrance of this one is, and this one right here, I have to get a different drill bit to take those out. This one is stuck in there, so I've got to get that one out. This one's stuck. I can't get it out. I can't get it in. That is our second bottom of the garden done. I'm gonna move over to this one. Okay, this garden right here actually needs a second layer, so we're going to go over by the scrap lumber area, and I'm going to cut to size another layer to put that up, and then we're going to put that together so that we can make it a little higher. This one right here is about 5.8 inches, so in my opinion that's not enough for a raised garden bed. So we're just going to add that other layer, and when the compost comes in, we'll be filling that whole thing up. Okay, I brought the other 4 pieces, actually a second layer, on this garden because it's a little too small, so eventually it's going to be a good 9-inch tall raised garden bed right there. So these pieces that I put in there are going to be somewhat of an anchor to put the two together, so I'll be putting those on the inside of the garden. I need a clamp, and I don't have a clamp. Okay, as you could see, I connected the 2 pieces with an extra piece of wood. Hopefully it stays. I might do another one right here, but I'm going to do that on both sides, including the ends, just to make it a bigger raised garden bed, and then we're going to fill this whole thing with compost. This one's actually a little bit bigger than these 3. I may or may not raise these because these are already 8 inches. I'm definitely going to raise that one, and that one is also going to be raised. Now, since I don't really have a clamp, I'm going to be using this clamp. I don't have one of those bigger ones. Hopefully this works. Yep, it worked. All right, we have 3 of our sides up. I'm about to put the last side up here. This will all be filled, and I'll measure it at the end. I might just raise those as well, maybe 4 more inches. This one is also going to be bigger. These are the 2 pieces that are going to be on top of each other. Okay, it has been a couple days since I've been out here doing these gardens, and the reason is because I had to get different clamps. So I got these clamps to hold these pieces to this board, and in the meantime I cut another garden. We're going to raise this garden right now, and I'll show you how to use these clamps. These boards are not perfect, so they are a little bit uneven. I did cut 3 of these per side. So what we're going to do is clamp this in here like this. Now when I put the screw in there, this isn't going to come out that way because that's what it was doing to me before. So let's give it a try and see if it works, which it should. Alright, that one worked better. So this is how I'm holding the bottom together because I don't have a clamp for the bottom. And then kind of leaning it over here. On this side, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I cannot get them out. So I don't know how I'm going to get this board up on top of there without having those run into it. I ended up raising 2 or 3 more of the beds. They are not perfect at all. It was really hard working with the scrap lumber to try to get the right sizes. Some of them I had to just cut differently. I ended up not doing these 2 for right now because I can't find the sizes for them. That 9-foot garden, I can't find pieces to that. Pieces that I was going to make the top of that with, I made a top of this with because it was the same kind of wood. I am going to end up cutting the middle of these out when the compost gets here, and we're gonna fill it with, the bottom is gonna be all cardboard so that when that all composts, the roots can go further into the ground rather than running into this tarp. So I'm not sure if I'll raise the other beds. I might just cut out the middle and just make a shallow garden. I have to wait and see if I have more lumber. Now, as you can see, what I tried to do was put 2 pieces of wood together, and I used those cut pieces of wood to keep them together. I'm also going to try to add like a shelf lip to the top of these if I can find the right sizes. If not, then we'll leave them off. But that's what I did with those pieces in the middle. This bed over here was a little bit more challenging. I had to cut a piece in there because it didn't fit. Was running into metal pieces like that, so it was hard to cut in certain spots. And then there are some little divots here, and this is going to be used, I'll put like a top on there so that I could sit on there. Quite honestly, that was hard work in my opinion, especially working with scrap lumber. You don't know what you're going to get when you're picking through it. There's a lot of screws, there's a lot of nails in there that I had to take out, all to complete these raised garden beds. But now that the raised garden beds are up, I'm not going to have to do this again, and they're just going to be out there. And even once I fill them with compost, they're going to be ready and prepped, and all I have to do is make sure that they are ready to be planted. So I won't have to do this process and this step every year. This is hopefully going to be the last time I have to do this. Once those boards do rot out, I will have to replace them, but I think they will last a few years, so we're just gonna go with that. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thanks guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. There's a lot of wood. Don't put that. Excuse me. I don't have all of them. Don't put that below, and click that. Okay, we have 4. Don't put that.